Hello and welcome. Let's do a quick little cryptocurrency update. And today's date is the completion of the 25th day of April 2019. My name is Derek. All bets, trades of the like within each his own risk and their own reward. As today's session, or just recently, there has been a significant decline. Now, Bitcoin's down 5.28% against the dollar, still holding above this and technically still at the 18. This is the first time it has touched it since the lifting off on March the 27th, albeit it was very close amongst this correctionary phase. Do we have the possibility of this 2 day event being a failed break it? Well, if this resists and goes down, then yeah, that's most certainly in play for that possibility. And as it comes down to it, any of the price that goes down, it's in need of a correction. That's what it would be. And that remains the must hold area is at 4,100 ish point of view. As far as a single hour term time frame, there we have it. Market was just hanging in there at this point and down it went. Two consecutive periods. If we look at it on the 5 minute time frame, just as we can see in here, just normal, decent sized ones. And this red period here that goes down to 5401 doesn't look as big of a candle in here when you have 5 minute periods like this. And even on the 1 minute term, we can see here that the starting at this minute, 5371, and then it's 5112. So a differential of like 255% in like 3 4 minutes. And of course, that's the nature of this very big volatility. Within Litecoin against the dollar, it continues to just grind its way down from the 18 lows area and still above this. And when we look at this on the single hour term time frame, and not as much of volatility. And because of this, we look at Litecoin cross against BTC. I'm looking at this. So I got 0 of 4 confirmations right now on. I just sent them on Litecoin. It should be more than 0, and it's that of 1. And I'm going to sell Litecoin. And what am I going to sell Litecoin for? Well, that of DGB. And on its 15 minute, looks something like this. 4 hour time frame going down, and the ratio I calculated at 6,500 earlier. As long as it's 6,450 or higher, that's my cue to sell a little bit of Litecoin for DGB. As far as the overall percentage moves, as we can take a look at it, the declines, AID down to 936. And I don't got too many coins on here. Coins like Florin Coin, obviously, having a difficult time with this, meaning it's having a difficult time against the dollar. Ethereum down 2%. Dash is down pretty decently in this here. As we can see on the daily chart after its nice gain, having this, and now over the last couple of days or so, just right back down towards that low. Theta continues its red candle, continuous down move, which is just so noticeable on the weekly chart. But as far as the top gainers are concerned, this is where Litecoin is going to come into play. Uh, wow, TUSD, what's going on here? Wow, okay, this is an interesting spot. Okay, it's like it happened a couple times, like late last year, where volatile moves, where this thing got going like this. Oh, okay. Anyway, let's take a look at this. This must have happened during the Bitcoin fall, because before all of this was going on, it was trading above and below this one par mark. Then all of a sudden, this comes into play. When did this all started at 1730? So when Bitcoin was falling itself, that's when this is going on. So what this chart is, it's the true U.S. dollar and the tether together, and you can turn one of them into another within this market. And the price action is at got up to 1.07. So that means the price of true US dollar would be worth more than the tether when this, because it's the first number or the first one on the two cross when it's above 1. So people are wanting to get out of Tether with this move. Or highly into True USD, and I gotta think it's the former. They are looking to get out of Tether into the TUSD. Let me check my confirmations. That would be 2 of 4, so I still got time to do this because I can't make a trade. And then I'm just hoping that over the next few minutes that the trade will go through, because if it works out in the next little bit that this goes down with DGB going up, then the ratio might be a little bit skewed. But yeah, just wait and see. See, but I was wait. That's a pretty interesting setup here for BCH, Bitcoin Cash. As it had this major decline, level of resistance, come back to the 18, up in here, back down here, like a multiple hit, multiple hit at the 510 handle, and now it's a third time, even fourth if you count this in here, at this 518, 519 handle, 520 we'll call it, and getting above here. Oftentimes it's a fast move to like 536, 539. Is how I would. Even high, could be higher than that. I mean, that's just. I mean, that's the nature of the volatility. All right, now let's just quickly look at read the internet for a tether search. 1 hour ago, 48 minutes ago, and 31 minutes ago. Bitfinex covered $850 million loss using Tether. Funds New York prosecutor. Tether and Bitfinex legal. This is all okay. So this is the reason why the Bitcoin's fallen. This is the reason, and this is stuff going on in here. 20 minutes ago here, someone made a video. Oh hey, Maddie. Tether missing close to $1 billion from reserves. I don't own any of the Tether or any of the true U.S. dollars, so it's not really going to affect me in that way. New York Attorney General sues Bitfinex and Tether to unearth fraud being something. A lot of times they don't like my ad blockers on, so let's see if this one's another one. New York Attorney General sues Bitfinex and Tether to unearth fraud being carried out by the firms. The New York State Attorney General is issuing Bitfinex, the cryptocurrency exchange, an affiliated firm Tether, the company behind the stablecoin of the same name. The 23-page document dated April 24th states that the New York AG's office has reason to believe several New York and U.S. based traders transaction on the firm's platform. In 2018, Bitfinex said it would not longer offer trading to such clients. It said the OAG had investigation underway to expose ongoing fraud being carried out by Bitfinex and Tether, requesting all documentations tied to the users of Bitfinex in the state of New York. This is just boring stuff overall. And I'm still on 2 of 4 confirmations. I just heard things about like the big Ripple people have been selling that. And this thing has been getting its ass kicked as of late, big time, with continuous red candles down. I mean, this is the 4 hour. Having a little bit of relief over the last day and a half or close to it, close to 2 days, but only just a little bit as the 4 hours come up to the 18 highs. The daily chart is just a continuous down move. It was 10,000 Satoshi down to 6. And this is, doesn't got, I get more data if I go to Polo or to Bittrex. Okay, here's Polo DX. I mean, it just can't end this pattern. A symmetrical pattern, big time. From these lows, you make this big high, higher low. Then you make this high. Uh, Technically, it's a lower low, but in my book, it's a matching. But still, nonetheless, that's still good for this. Still justifies this pattern. So after this, you come down to this low, which is a higher low, and then you have this high, which is most certainly a lower high. And as of now, this is still a higher low. So this pattern since since I started trading it, the market that is, It's been making a consistent pattern of higher or lower highs and higher lows. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.